Hey YouTube, Brian Van Dyne here for those of you that don't know me. Today I just want to give kind of a little quick overview of how my last adventure went. A couple months ago, for my grandpa's birthday, I bought climbing permits for my grandpa, myself, and my son to climb up to Camp Muir on Mount Rainier. And super fun experience. We kind of threw all our gear together at the last minute. I still got it in my truck. I'll kind of show you guys basically what I had. And you know, basically some of the stuff that you should bring if you go on a hike like that. So first thing you need is like a climbing permit. And then let's set you guys up right there. This was my son's backpack, his little sleeping mat. And this was basically my pack right here. I ended up carrying my son's sleeping bag for him. Let me just kind of break this stuff apart so I can show you guys what it takes to do a hike like that. Oh, there we go. Wrong one. That's why. So this is the second time I've hiked up to Camp Muir. First time was 15 years ago with my grandpa. We did it. All right, let me get that stuff off there. Okay, so you need a sleeping bag, obviously. If you're gonna stay in the public shelter, you know, that's another thing. You don't need a tent if you're gonna stay in that, but it's just know that it is first come, first serve. Got a little water bag right here. Of course, I brought my beard comb. I got this little water filter set up. It's got a little straw filter on it. With my experience, you don't really need to bring a lot of water, as long as you bring something that you can put water in and you can filter it. Got a hoodie, second hoodie, some clothes. All right, so I brought my clothes for the trip. I brought this. This is my little camp stove right here. It's got a base to it. Here's the stove. I recommend bringing some sort of stove like this. Number one, because it is wind resistant. You know, and the winds are there's lots of wind gusts up there on the mountain like that. So if you have something like this, it's probably a lot less likely to blow the flame out. This particular model is called the Wind Burner, and I personally think it works a little bit better than the jet boil, but I'll leave that up to you guys. This thing has like a little mesh with a wire on it, so you know when it's flamed up. And when this is red hot, it's harder for the flame to get blown out because it stays so hot, it just reignites the gas. Right. So this just screws on there like that, and then you have the base on the bottom. That was like one of the biggest necessities. We went up there for 2 nights, and we could have just used probably 1 can for the whole trip, just because we're pretty conservative on our usage. I brought up a whole bunch of these like Mountain House foods. Right, they're freeze dried, so all you do is pretty much just add boiling water, and then boom, you got something to eat. Brought some deodorant. You don't really need to bring that, but you know, you're gonna be up there for a couple days. You probably don't want to be smelling yourself. You can bring like a little bag or something to slide down the mountain on. Usually a thick, like you know, black garbage bag, like one of the big ones. The thicker the better. Here's another little water filter that I brought. This one I have it set up on like a little hanger. So I put a whole bunch of snow in here and then left it in the building overnight, and it just filled up my other bag because it was like 60 degrees in there. You know, just some leftover food. Yeah, so then basically what else you need to get up to Camp Muir, you probably need some really good hiking boots. You know, some ski poles, or at least one. And crampons are almost a must. But we did it without crampons. If you do it without crampons, just know it's very slippery, and the ice and the snow, you will be slipping down the hill. Right. So we did it without those. But we did have ski poles. I had this ski pole right here. It didn't even have the snow thing on it, and it worked just fine. I brought my camera bag and my camera, which was pretty heavy. We didn't have crampons, which you should probably have crampons. Sunglasses are a must, or goggles. Like we almost, you know, I had one pair of sunglasses, and then somebody gave my son a pair of sunglasses. And my grandpa made some sunglasses out of some paper. He's so corny sometimes, but that's my grandpa for you. And so anyways, when we got to the mountain, we went up to the climbers building, and we got our climbing permit. Then we started hiking up there. It took us like about 7 hours, all three of us, my son and my 77-year-old grandpa. My son's 7 years old. And you basically just climb for hours and hours. And the first like 2.5 miles, 3 miles was all paved. Well, not paved. Like maybe a mile was like asphalt, and then it goes to gravel and steps. And then it's pretty much you're hiking on the mountain, the actual mountain, and it's, you know, dusty dirt with rocks, and then it turns to snow and ice, you know, for the last like 3 miles. It was just a super fun trip. I really enjoyed going there with my grandpa, and my son inspired a lot of people. You know, when he made it up there, it was just like, everybody was like, what? A 7-year-old made it up here? Like, that's incredible. Like, he was just inspiring to everybody, including myself and my grandpa. You know, he's just such a trooper, you know. And, you know, it was just incredible to have, you know, my whole family up there pretty much, my grandpa and my son. And, you know, I want to kind of inspire you guys to do stuff like this with your family. You know, take the time and go on these trips, you know, with your family. They are very hard, you know, to do, but, you know, the view you get and the memories you make are non-replaceable, you know. You know, going to Disneyland, that's a cop-out compared to climbing a mountain with your family. You know, going to, you know, the water park, they're not going to remember what you know, little slides they went on. They're not going to remember that stuff. That's stupid. Like, compared to, you know, actually getting out with your family and spending some actual time doing, you know, something incredible, you know. So I just wanted to say that, and, you know, let you guys know, you know, I've been on the mountain for the past few days. That's why I haven't done any videos. Just wanted to kind of tell you guys about that. Also, I'm going to be sending some of my equipment and stuff to the auction block for the Richie Bros September 9th auction. We'll see how that goes. So just kind of wanted to give you guys that little heads up. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Just wanted to tell you guys, you know, get out with your families, get out with your loved ones, and make some memories that you're never going to forget. And, you know, it's tough, but man, it's worth it. Something like that you'll never forget. You know, climbing a 10,000 foot elevation, you know, waking up in the morning, opening the door of the bunker house, right? And you just, boom, a sea of clouds, you know. It was like the most amazing thing you could ever imagine, you know, just like, boom, an ocean of clouds. Or, you know, the next day when we woke up, opened the door, and you could see for hundreds of miles. Like, we could see 3 mountains at once. Mount Adams, Mount Hood, Mount St. Helens. Like, it was incredible. You know, I got a little bit of sun. I don't know if you guys can tell. So it was it was very bright up there, you know. And yeah, so get out there and do that kind of stuff with your families. You guys won't regret it. You know, that is, unless you know, you smoke like 10 packs of cigarettes a day and drink nothing but Mountain Dew, and you can't really get off your butt, you know, then of course don't do it then, you know. But for those of you that are, you know, striving to be healthy and, you know, living a good life, do it, definitely. Catch you guys on the next one.